Hello there, people of the internet. Cameron Pleasant here, back with another Pleasant Pop video. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for joining me. So I just finished watching Child's Play 2019 and I thought, why the heck not make a little comparison video between Brad Dourif's Chucky and of course Mark Hamill's Chucky. Now, in a lot of people's eyes, Brad Dourif's Chucky will never be matched. He's the original, and let's face it, he is a great Chucky. There's also a series coming out on Netflix, I believe, where Brad Dourif will be reprising his role as Chucky in series form, which whoever thought that would have ever happened. But we're talking today about the comparison between the two of them. So I really liked the new one. I actually rate it on the same level as the original, and I'm a horror dude. I love my horrors. I hated the remakes of so many horror movies, including A Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween by Rob Zombie, and of course the Michael Bay Friday the 13th, and along with many others, but let's not get into them all right now. But I like the new Chucky. But the thing is, you can't really compare the two because they're very different. So you got this menacing character in the original Child's Play, and it was a voodoo thing, but this character was scary, you know. It was new and it was innovative at the time, and it was really cool. Well, on the other hand, you got the artificial intelligence Chucky, played by Mark Hamill, and I just love the movie. Like, every part about it is awesome. Is Mark Hamill's Chucky as menacing as Brad Dourif's? I do not think so. Like, maybe in like his key moments, like where he's really scary. Like, the movements are really good, and I really like watching the new Chucky move around. I do like how it's not all freaking CGI and stuff, because CGI in today's day and age is really hurting horror movies. I watched It Chapter 2 about a week or two ago, and the noticeable CGI in the movie makes it bad. Like, you can't beat practical effects at the end of the day. I mean, look at the original Nightmare on Elm Street and compare it to the remake. Like, that scene where Freddy's coming out of the wall, you know that scene where he's coming out of the wall, and that's done by practical effects in the original one. They use like a soft wall. I think it was like a rubber wall or something like that. While in the new one, it was done with CGI, and it just looks so damn bad. But back to the video. So as far as menacing goes, I think the old Chucky's better. But if you want a good laugh, this one, you could go either way. I love the innocence of the new Chucky, where he's saying all this stuff like "total dick" and "this is for Tupac." When you got the old one, he's just got the, he's just swearing and stuff, which makes him funny, and he's got this attitude about him that makes him funny. Plus, he's a serial killer and a doll. What's not to laugh? Not to love, whatever. I think they both have their merits. I'll understand why most people will gravitate towards the original. I too still enjoy the original. I just binged the entire series not too long ago, actually. But definitely the new one has its merits. I love the Buddy song. The Buddy song is so cool. I mean, I think this character could have fallen short had it not been picked up by a voice actor like Mark Hamill, though. Mark Hamill is one of my all-time favorite voice actors in animation, and I think he crossed over to doing Chucky's voice very well. And if there's a sequel, if Hamill's not back for it, it could really hurt the film. But yeah, there's the two Chuckies, and they're both really good. Kill count, you're obviously giving that to the original. He's had more films, and he actually enjoys killing. Like the new Chucky, the difference between him is, like, you got the voodoo in the first one, as we mentioned before, and the artificial intelligence. So he's learning as he's going. Like, you see when Chucky first starts in the new one, he's really sweet and nice. And then he sees things like that scene where they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he's watching the kids, their reactions to it. Like, there's a fat kid who's laughing, and they're sort of having a good time when people are getting butchered. And Chucky's like, oh, wait a minute, they like this. Goes into the kitchen, grabs a kitchen knife, and he was, I assume he was going to cut one of them open, perhaps. He ends up cutting Andy, and in a scene later on, you see how sad Chucky looks. Like, he's sad that he hurt his friend. He made the mistake, and he was taught that. Like, he didn't start off as evil. I don't even think he was evil by the end. Like, can an artificial intelligence really be evil? But he works his way up, and he does end up killing for reasons that don't really need to, but mostly out of jealousy in most cases. But there was the one kill which I think he did for revenge, and that was the janitor. Like, he could have just walked away if he really wanted to, but he decided to get revenge. He's like, I think Chucky felt a little bit violated after he got opened up by this perverted janitor. And he was a bad dude, and he did deserve to die at the end of the day, but did he really deserve to die that way? I don't know. And then, yeah, the old Chucky, the Brad Dourif Chucky, there are so many different incarnations of it that you can't really put him into the one category. Like, you can go from Child's Play all the way up to Seed of Chucky, and then Cult of Chucky, and all of that, and he changes in each one. It's Brad Dourif's voice that makes that Chucky, I believe. Kind of like Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. But this actually turned into more of a review of the new one, so I might continue on that, actually. Great film. They left the cliffhanger at the end, so there is a possibility for a sequel, but I don't actually think the movie made a lot of money, unfortunately. I don't know what its budget was, but I think it made under 100 million. Was it just over 100 million? I can't remember. I'll have to check that up. But unfortunately, yeah. So hopefully maybe DVD and digital sales, I don't know, maybe pick the film up a little bit, and then we will get a sequel, because, as I said, there is a cliffhanger. And anyway, just a great film. Anyway, tell me your thoughts on the film down below. I always like to hear from you guys. You guys are the reason I do this stuff. And I want to keep doing this. I want to do movie reviews, YouTube reviews, all of this fun stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've been Cameron Pleasant, and peace out!